Cameraman and ace reporter Don Sloan and I took the road trip to Florida to check out the Grapefruit League. We spent time in Bradenton, Clearwater, and Plant City, and in this report take a preseason look at the Pirates, Phillies, and Reds. For the first time in many years, the Pittsburgh Pirates have reason for optimism as a new season gets underway. A crop of young talent, combined with a great finish last year, has fans excited about the '88 season. But with any young team comes inconsistency and question marks. And third-year manager Jim Leyland enters this season realistically.
Well, I think it's going to carry on and we're going to play good baseball. You know, to say that you're going to play at a 27 out of 38 pace, I think is ridiculous. But I think we're going to play good baseball for the bulk of the season, over 162 game schedule. I think we'll play sound fundamentally for the most part. We'll have our days like everybody else. But to play at the pace we played at the end of the year last year, I don't think it's realistic.
One of the big question marks this year for the Bucs is in right field, where Darnell Coles takes his turn at solidifying the once stable position. Coles showed signs of explosive power after being acquired last August from Detroit for Jim Morrison. Only in his third full year as a big leaguer, he's welcomed the change of scenery.
Well, I've played with them or against them a number of times, so I feel a lot more comfortable with this team than I did in Detroit. Not so much that Detroit has a bunch of older guys, but, you know, with guys being in the big leagues 12 and 13, 14 years and me being in the league 3.5, so, I mean, it's kind of tough. I felt like I was always on the outside looking in, so I'm just happy to be here and hopefully I'll help the team win.
The rest of the outfield is very strong, with Andy Van Slyke in center and Barry Bonds set in left. Bonds, who dialed one for long distance 25 times last season to face the Bucs in the home run category, feels Pirate fans can expect more home runs off his bat in '88.
Well, I feel every chance that I get up there, I have a chance to hit the long ball and I have a chance to get on base. And I mean, if that's what God's intention for me to do this year, then that's okay. I can deal with it. But if it's not, it's not. I mean, the big home runs have come to me last year, basically, and the year before. Those are the only times I ever hit over 11 home runs. I mean, my big year was college, my junior year in college, and it's usually toward the end of my careers there when I started hitting a lot of home runs. But I mean, it's just everything's changed. Milt May has changed me. A lot of the Pentland changed me in college and stuff, and they just utilized my power basically because I was just a line drive base hit hitter then.
The middle infield is another question that only a 162-game season can answer. Jose Leyland, after flashes of brilliance last September, gets the starting nod at second after stroking the ball at a .322 clip in just 35 games last year. Al Pedrique, Rafael Belliard, and Felix Fermin are involved in a three-way battle for starting honors at shortstop. Although Pedrique, like Leyland, looked tough late last year, none of the Pirates' shortstop candidates have yet to been proven. But that doesn't seem to bother Leyland.
They're playing great. They've all the infielders played winter ball, so you figure they're a little bit ahead of some of the pitching right now and some of the other players. But they all have played winter ball, and they all have made a great improvement. I think all three of those guys, Pedrique, Fermin, and Belliard, hey, he's another outstanding shortstop. So we don't have any problem at shortstop. We just have a decision to make.
At first base, Sid Breen figures to get the starting nod, while at the hot corner, Bobby Bonilla returns after he blossomed at the plate last season with 15 homers and an even .300 batting average. Bonilla, still learning the third base position, says he feels ready for the defensive challenge.
Sure I am. I hope they keep me there. I enjoy the bag that I'm playing, and because it does help me with my hitting a lot. I don't take my hitting out on defense because you can't afford to do that because you find one down your throat. But I'm enjoying the transition from the outfield to third base, and I hope I stay.
Defense is no problem for the Bucs behind the plate. Mike LaValliere gunned down 43% of potential base stealers last season as he captured his first Gold Glove. He hit .300 to boot, and along with Van Slyke and Mike Dunn, softened the blow, to say the least, of the trade of fan favorite Tony Pena. Dunn, who won 13 games last season, and along with it the National League Rookie Pitcher of the Year honors, heads one of the youngest staffs in all of baseball. One of the main reasons for the Pirates' explosive ending to the '87 season was the development of this young staff. Doug Drabek, who was 10-4 after the All-Star break, echoes those beliefs.
I think so. I think both starters and relievers started gelling together there at the end, and everybody started doing their job a lot better. With Walt going into the starting rotation helped us out some because in the beginning we were a little inconsistent with the young guys we had, and towards the end there it seemed like everybody finally settled down, and we just went about our business.
Here in Bradenton, the Pirates have been putting on a show, both offensively and defensively, and that's got fans excited about the upcoming season. One of the teams the Pirates will have to battle with in the NL East are the cross-state rival Philadelphia Phillies. Mike Schmidt will once again anchor the Phillies lineup, which in '88 combines both power and speed. American Leaguers Phil Bradley and Mike Young have been added to a lineup which already includes such sluggers as Von Hayes, who had a career-high 21 homers in '87, along with 84 RBIs. Manager Lee Elia, who begins his first full season as skipper of the Phils, agrees with St. Louis manager Whitey Herzog's comment that the NL East is up for grabs.
Well, there might be some merit to it. I think our division is extremely tough. The Pittsburgh Ball Club has improved themselves considerably with great young pitching and a good chemistry on their offensive approach to the game. So they're going to be a tough ball club, and Chicago is always tough with 81 ball games in Wrigley Field, and the other guys, they speak for themselves with the Mets and St. Louis and Montreal.
The Philadelphia Phillies finished in a fourth-place tie last year with the Pirates in the National League Eastern Division. To improve in '88, they're going to need better pitching and more consistent play.
No question, this is my fourth spring training as manager of the Reds, and this got to be my strongest team up till now.
With words like that from Pete Rose, Reds fans feel that '88 could be their year. After clubbing 37 home runs, stealing 50 bases, and winning a Gold Glove last season, Eric Davis has emerged as a legitimate superstar. While the media ran out of superlatives for the young center fielder, he ran out of gas and watched from the bench in late September as his teammates were eliminated by San Francisco. '88 brings on even more responsibility for Davis with the trading of Dave Parker. Rose realizes Parker's bat will be missed in the Reds lineup.
Well, anytime you trade a guy like Dave Parker, who knocks in 100 runs or close to 100 runs every year and gives you stability in right field, you're going to miss him somewhat. But we felt it was time for Paul and Tracy to get the opportunity to become Dave Parkers themselves. And we know that Eric's going to be here for a full year and Cal Daniels for a full year. So there's a chance we may score less runs this year, but I think we're going to give up a heck of a lot less runs. So based on that, we don't have to score as many runs.
One other power hitter who will be getting a chance to display his talents this season will be first baseman Nick Esasky. Esasky hit a career-high 22 home runs last year, and after being shuffled from third base and left field during his career, welcomes the opportunity to play every day.
Yeah, it's helping an awful lot. I'm just nice and relaxed. I know that if I don't do too good one game, I can go out the next day and try to overcome that. And it helps a lot having the team having confidence in myself, knowing that I can go out there and do the job. And that makes me work harder. And it's just the game's a lot more enjoyable now.
With young talent like Esasky and Davis, combined with veterans Bo Diaz and Buddy Bell, the Reds will undoubtedly compete in a vastly improved NL West. What does Pete feel will be the key for a first-place finish for Cincinnati this season?
Well, we've tried to beef up our starting rotation by acquiring Danny Jackson and Jose Rio and people like that, and we feel that guys like Pasillo and Charlton are pitching well in spring training, and we know we got a good bullpen. Matter of fact, we had the best bullpen in the league last year. We know we got a good offense. We know we can catch the ball. We know we got great team speed. So we know we're going to be a competitive ball club, but if we play good enough to win it, I hope that's the way we play. I think we're going to win it, but there again, I'm sure every manager in every division right now would tell you the same thing. They're going to win it.
Cincinnati Reds have finished in second place in the National League Western Division for 3 straight years now. In '88, that just won't do for Pete Rose and his team. They've improved their starting pitching, and that just might be the key for the first division crown since 1979.
Excellent report there, E. I know you had to be excited. You've been looking forward to doing that for ever since you were a freshman up here. Finally, a dream come true, and I know you had to be happy about getting the interview with Pete Rose.
Trying to be partial, Rick, but I am a big Reds fan. Got to interview Pete Rose. Eric Davis said no dice, little chip on the shoulder on Davis's spine. Didn't want to interview, but had a great time down there. Got to interview a lot of the Pittsburgh Pirates and Jim Leyland, the manager, and Bill Verdon, one of the coaches, and we'll be putting together a half-hour special on the Bucks next week, and I know Pirate fans are really excited about the upcoming season.
Hey, I've been a Pirate fan since I've been about Yo High, and I'm really hyped up for this season.